Hi guys, Peach here again, and today we are going to go through the barricade strategy for Mansion Hedge Maze, which is a little different than the other hedge maze. This time you're in the mansion. It's also 2 stars, so it's a little more difficult than the ones with 1 star. Let's go ahead and get started. As always, I run these as a solo player using 22 barricades, sometimes less. But if that's all you have to work with, that's what we have to work with. The first thing I like to do is block just these stairs right here.
Let's force them to go around.
I'll actually block both the stairs. Next, I'm going to do a diagonal from this little, I don't know, case with bones in it across this way. And then right here by the door. That's kind of the minimum of what you need. This allows you to use this underspace. I do like to build it out forward, but if you don't want to build it out front and maybe you have enough barricades, maybe you're running this as a group and you eventually get more, I do like to weave them backwards this way. This allows them to come in, go under your awning, and then they backtrack. And then that also forces them to go under this space that you can trap up eventually as well. So this level's a little difficult to understand. It's a little bigger, right? It's all 2 stars, so that does indicate that it's a larger map and a little harder to understand. But if you're standing here at the rift, I have blocked to the right and to the left. So both sort of entrances into the rift are blocked off. That is going to force these two that are in the maze portion, right? If you've watched my video on the maze, you'll see what that looks like. But that's the same map, it's just outside. And I don't bother with that because later on you're going to get this upstairs area that will open. It's like an outside courtyard, but they come in from upstairs. And they're going to go up these stairs. And eventually they will come down this staircase here and into my main kill box. So they kind of walk on this upstairs area. The other one is in the basement. This door will eventually open. They will come out of the basement and they'll just go right here. So their area is a little shorter. I am going to stick with the behind method for this strategy video. It forces everyone to have equal time in the kill zone. That's my logic, at least. I'm going to swap out the wall blades for the saw blade launcher. This is actually a really good trap as there's a lot of space on this level for ricochet. And I love a good ricochet. Makes it look complex. And I am going to put one side with saw blade launchers the entire way. The other thing I like to do is put an electricity trap or just some kind of different trap on the other side of the wall. You could do pushers, you could do fire, and lastly, right here to fend off the flyers that may come over this barricade. I'm going to go ahead and stand behind my kill box. This would be a great place for a fast forward button. I say this a lot. Oh look, I have an unstable rift. I could let it spawn, see what happens. Let's find out. Oh, that's no fun. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna go ahead and place these ice lances at the very back of my kill box since these fire ogres are still getting through. I can also apply pox to my orcs as they come through and line of sight any that attempt to hit me from this spot. I'm going to teleport this guy. Bye-bye. And I can quickly just run back. Sometimes if you're playing as Gabby, they can kind of get bunched up out front here. And that's why I do like to extend it forward if you have the barricades. If you don't have the barricades, I do feel like back is probably better. All right, we are on wave 3, and that means that this door up top is opening. Some things you can do to cut down on flyers. I like to just put maybe 1 row of haymakers or something that'll just help with flyers. You could do orc eaters. You could, of course, do a good solar prism. Maybe I'll add a couple to the doorways as they pass through. So if these guys do get through, they tend to come right down here and go in my rift. So I'm going to add more solar prisms here, and then also a couple ice lances. That will cut down on anyone that makes it this far. Ooh, werewolf. If the werewolf comes, run inside your kill box and punch him in the face. Gonna pull off another mesmerize right here. I don't die. If you're running organic traps, it's a really good idea to put your bramble here with a molten gold up there, and you'll pretty much fill this entire area with bramble. That's more of a multiplayer strategy unless you're running solo with, say, Kalos or Sophie with maybe an organic potion. I'm not running any potions on these missions, by the way, in any of these walkthroughs, just because I want to show you, like, if you just want to start out on difficulty 10, mission 1, with kind of the bare minimum, or really any difficulty, but 10 is the max right now. I've readied up before we probably need to actually put some traps down here. Again, I'm going to put haymakers just to cut down on any flyers that come through this door. Couple solar prisms. I'm going to add a couple ice lance. I'm also going to make the other side of my rift a little stronger against flyers. We have quite a few flyers coming, so you can stand right here on this side of your barricade to protect against them. If you are playing this level as Mac or, let's say, Kalos, Sophie, this is a great place for them to run up and down, put the stone. You know, even Van or Ren can make this kill box really strong. If you're running as Mac, I actually like to put a elevator in this corner, and you can snipe them as they come in and as they exit, so you'll definitely get any of the big guys as they come through. Another thing I haven't done yet, but something I like to do, the traps this way so that they actually go down my kill box. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I put a couple at the bottom. That way these are at the top, maximize my space. The ones going this way will hopefully cut down on some of those guys that are getting through. Let me show you the map while we wait. So all doors are active at this point. I am waiting at the end of my kill box, which is right here. A couple big guys are starting to approach, but I'm just going to hang out and wait. Flyers are coming from all doors. These guys are in the basement. They're just going to come right up through here. So at this point in the mission, or even as you get further, it's really good to stand by the rift. You can keep an eye on any big guys that get through your main kill box, and also on flyers. And that's it for Mansion Hedge Maze. Go ahead, leave a like, subscribe, comment. Tell me if it worked for you. Tell me if you have any adjustments, or maybe you have something completely different that I've never tried. I have seen some other methods out there that are a lot different than what I just showed you, but they work just as well. So, depending on your rift corruption. Let me know in the comments below, and see you later. Bye.